and welcome back to Delicado. My name's Ben and I'm the sommelier at Delicado. Today we're looking at sparkling wine from Spain called Cava. In a matter of moments I'm off to Spain on a trip hosted by a Rias Baixas producer called Valmenor. And the trip around Spain is about 20 days, so I'm hoping that I'm going to end up at some point in Penedès, which is pretty much Cava country, which is the home of this little jobby. So this wine's a production of the Cava estate called Segura Viudas. And Segura Viudas is owned by the Freixenet Group, so the largest sparkling wine group in Spain, and pretty much the biggest sparkling wine producer in the world. But Segura Viudas is a much smaller house. It just happens to be owned by this bigger company. And we've looked at a Segura Viudas Cava before, but this one is a different cuvee. It's the Brut Vintage. So in this case it's a 2005 vintage. And this is sort of the flagship or the staple wine of the estate, and it's mainly made of a local grape called macabeo, which in Rioja is the white grape that makes white Rioja, but it's also made of another grape called parellada. Each sort of gives a different component to the finished sparkling wine. So Spanish Cava is made of indigenous Spanish grapes, but it's made using the same production methods that they use in Champagne. So there's a minimum amount of time that this wine spends on its yeast lees, which gives those sort of bready, toasty characters to the wine, and actually can help create a more fine bead. So in many ways this resembles Champagne. Of course it doesn't come from France, so it can't be called that, but this is like the top sort of Spanish sparkling, because there are Spanish sparklings that are made by other methods as well. So expect to find sort of notes of orchard fruits, pears, apples, and then some more savoury characters like bread and baker's yeast and dough or brioche, and a very fine mousse and bubble. And on the palate it gives a real creaminess. Now this is the sort of wine that I could drink at any time, either before or during or after a meal, but it's especially good as an aperitif, just to get the juices flowing. So if you're celebrating, maybe you want to try with something a little different, so try with the Spanish Cava. Salud.